Unit 1, Reading 1. Hello, my name is Tanya. I'm a mechanical engineer. I'm from Russia, but now I'm in Germany for a language course. I'm learning German. German is important for my job because Germany is very good at mechanical engineering, and I want to get a good job at a German company. There are 10 students in my class. They are from different countries like Spain, Greece, Turkey, and Algeria. Ezra is from Turkey. She's my best friend here. She's 25 years old. She is a university graduate. She is learning German because she loves learning languages. She can speak French, Spanish, and Italian. She is a lovely person. She is very beautiful, too. She has got big blue eyes and a lovely smile. She is also very funny. She tells me funny jokes all the time. I love her jokes.
Unit 1, Reading 2. My name is Toha. I am from a small country in Africa. It is a small country, but it is very crowded. 30 million people live in this small country. Most people are very poor. Families are usually big, but there are no jobs for young people, so they can't earn money, and many people are hungry. My family is big too. I have got 5 brothers and 4 sisters. My grandmother is with us too. Only my father has got a job, but it is not a very good job. His salary is not very good. So it is very difficult for him to take care of the 10 kids and 3 adults in the family. I'm in Britain now. I'm a student at a good university in London. I'm studying medicine. I want to be a good doctor and earn a lot of money. And I want to help my family with that money. So I'm studying very hard. I'm one of the best students in my university. Unit 2, Reading 1. I'm David. I live alone in a small flat. There is only a small bedroom, a living room, and a kitchen in my flat. There is a bed and 2 chairs in the bedroom. The chairs are next to the bed. I don't have enough space for a wardrobe in it, so my clothes are on the chairs, on the bed, or on the floor. The bedroom is always messy. There is a small sofa, a coffee table, a television, and a few chairs in the living room. I don't like to have a rug or carpet on the floor because I cannot keep it clean. I'm almost always in the living room when I'm at home, because watching television is my favorite free time activity. The living room is always in a mess, too. I don't have a dishwasher in the kitchen. The fridge is always filled with food, because I like eating things when I'm watching television. The cupboards are nearly empty. There are a few plates, saucepans, and cups. That's all. As you can guess, the kitchen is always in a mess. My guests are shocked when they see the mess, but I just don't care.
Unit 2, Reading 2. My name is Sarah. I live in a flat in the city center. Life in the city center has many advantages. I can go to work easily because I have a lot of alternatives. There are buses, trains, and taxis all the time. I can do shopping easily. There are all kinds of shops near my home. Even at night, many shops are open. I can find a doctor easily when I have a health problem. There are 2 big hospitals near my home. I can take part in cultural activities easily. There are a lot of cinemas, theaters, exhibition centers, etc. near my home. But life in the city center has many disadvantages too. It is always crowded and noisy. Even at night, there are a lot of cars and people in our street. Sometimes I cannot sleep because of the noise. On Sunday mornings, I wake up very early because of the noise. Our street is often dirty because it is always crowded. Also, the air is dirty because of cars. In short, there are both advantages and disadvantages of living in the city center. But I think its advantages are more than its disadvantages, so I'm happy to live in the city center.
Unit 3, Reading 1. Movies or films are a kind of visual communication. Movies tell stories with moving pictures and sound. People in every part of the world watch movies as a way to have fun. Some people like movies if they can make them laugh. Other people prefer movies that can make them cry or feel afraid. Most movies are suitable for big screens at cinemas. They stay on movie screens for some time, from a few weeks to several months, and then they appear on pay television or cable television. You can also download movies. Later, movies appear on television stations. A movie camera or video camera takes pictures very quickly. It can usually take 25 pictures every second. When a movie projector, a computer, or a television shows the pictures at that rate, it looks like the things are really moving. They add sound at the same time or later. The sounds in a movie are the sounds of people talking, dialogue, music, soundtrack, and sound effects. The sounds of activities in the movie, such as opening doors or gunshots. In the 20th century, the camera used photographic film. We still call it a film, but there usually is no film. Unit 3, Reading 2. Filmmakers make thousands of movies every year, but the types of stories are not so many. The movies are usually comedies, adventure stories, dramas, animated movies, horror stories, documentaries, family movies, or science fiction movies. Most movies lose money, but some make hundreds of millions profit. For example, in the US and India, movies are a very big part of the economy. There are a lot of big movie companies. They can give many services for movies, such as special effects, lighting, and set building. Many smaller companies also give services like music recording and computer animation. Also, there are movie distribution companies. They send movies around a country or around the world. Finally, there are advertising companies. They inform people about new movies. Movies with famous stars and large budgets are for huge profits. They are called blockbusters. Filmmakers make these movies to earn a lot of money. Blockbusters have a happy ending. Good people win and bad people lose in these movies. There are also independent movies. They are not for money. They usually have different stories from blockbusters. They don't always have a happy ending. Unit 4, Reading 1. Black bears live in North America. They are the largest land mammal in New Jersey. Adult female bears weigh about 100 kilos. Adult male bears weigh about 200 kilos. Black bears are about 1 meter high when they are on all 4 feet and 1.5 to 2 meters tall when they stand upright. They eat plants like cabbage, grasses, berries, and nuts. They also eat bees, ants, termites, various small to medium-sized animals, and dead animals. Black bears also eat garbage. Not all black bears have black fur. Some black bears are brown, and some have a white patch of hair on their chests. Black bears and people live close together in some parts of the U.S., so they can see black bears in forests when they are camping, and some people even see bears in their gardens. Black bears are large, wild animals. If you see a black bear, never go near it. Instead, watch it from far away. Never try to feed a black bear. It is against the law. Black bears learn very quickly. If they learn to get food from people, they are not afraid of people, and this can be dangerous.
Unit 4, Reading 2. Floods happen during heavy rains when rivers overflow, when ocean waves come on shore, when snow melts too fast, or when dams break. Floods are the most common natural weather events. Sometimes flooding is only a few inches of water. Sometimes it covers a house to the rooftop. Some floods develop slowly, and some can build in just a few minutes. People in lower areas are at greater risk. There are some things to do against flooding. If you are at a risky area, first, prepare an emergency kit. After that, make a family communications plan. During a flood, listen to authorities and safety officials. If there is a possibility of a fast flood, first of all, move important things to an upper floor. Then move immediately to higher ground. Do not walk in moving water. Even 15 centimeters of water can make you fall. After the flood, stay away from floodwater. It could be dirty and dangerous for health. Finally, stay out of the way of emergency workers so they can do their job easily. Unit 5, Reading 1. I'm Eve Ford. I'm a very lucky grandchild because I've got a famous grandmother, Sybil Lynn Shepherd. She is an actress. Everybody knows her. When she comes to see me at school, all my friends run to her and try to talk to her. She is 65 years old, but she is still beautiful. She is the most beautiful grandmother in the world. She's also fun. It's a pleasure for everyone to talk to her. Grandma Sybil is 1 in a million. I love her very much. We have got a very close relationship. She is my grandmother, my teacher, and my friend. She lives in a big house near our flat. I often go there to see her, and we talk for hours. In fact, she usually talks, and I listen. She's got very interesting stories about her young ages. I listen to the same stories again and again, but I never get bored. Sometimes I talk about my problems, my relations, or my dreams, and she listens patiently. She never criticizes me, so it's great to talk to her. I'm not her only friend, of course. She's a very sociable person. She takes part in different activities with her friends. She goes on day trips to historical places. She meets with her friends to help the children of poor families. She's a member of a local folk music group. They meet 2 or 3 times a week. She likes sports, too. She's a great football fan. She sometimes goes to matches with her friends.
Unit 5, Reading 2. Adele is a 27-year-old British singer and songwriter. She is one of the most famous singers in the world. She has sold 40 million albums and 50 million singles. She has got a beautiful voice. People love her voice and the songs she writes. Adele is 1.75 meters tall. She weighs 85 kilos. She has got a beautiful face. Some people criticize her for her weight, but she says she's happy with her weight. She also says she doesn't want to lose weight until it becomes a threat to her health. Adele says she is a fan of Beyoncé. She also says she listened to the Spice Girls, Dusty Springfield, Celine Dion, and Annie Lennox as a child. Today, Adele is popular with many famous singers. Beyoncé says Adele is one of the influences for her fourth album. Madonna says she wants to work with Adele. She likes helping people. She supports many charity organizations. She is a supporter of the Labour Party in Britain.
Unit 6, Reading 1. Brazil is a country in South America. It has got a tropical and subtropical climate, so it rains a lot in Brazil. It has the largest area of rainforests in the world. It has more than 1 million insect species, tens of thousands of plant species, and more than 1,000 bird species. The school year is from February to December. Students go to school for 4 hours in the morning or in the afternoon. In most schools, students wear uniforms. About 25% of children in Brazil do not go to school. They go to work instead of school. Like all children in the world, they play games with their friends in their free time. Common games are jumping rope, card games, and checkers. Soccer is the #1 sport. Swimming and volleyball are also popular. Brazilian families are usually large. Parents usually have 6 or 7 children. Brazil has a young population. Almost 35% of the population is under 18. Most Brazilians live in cities, but 25% of them are very poor, and they live in favelas. Favelas are shanty towns where poor people live.
Unit 6, Reading 2. Nigeria is a country in Western Africa. It has got a hot climate. It has 2 seasons. One is the rainy season and the other is the dry season. Each season lasts about 6 months. Nigeria is Africa's most populous country. It has about 20% of the continent's people. It has 250 ethnic groups. The school year is from January to December. There are 3 semesters. Students take a month off after each semester. Most schools have strict dress rules. Students wear uniforms. There are also rules about hairstyles, jewelry, and accessories. In Nigerian families, age brings respect. An older sibling is a senior brother or senior sister. Younger siblings show respect to older siblings. Most Nigerians live in extended families. Extended families include grandparents, parents, children, and grandchildren. Some of these huge families live within the same home. Others live in separate homes close to each other. October 1st is the biggest festival in Nigeria, Independence Day. It celebrates Nigeria's independence from Great Britain in 1960. During the day, there are parades and festivities in 36 Nigerian states. Unit 7, Reading 1. The mausoleum at Halicarnassus was the tomb for King Mausolus. Although King Mausolus was not a great ruler like his father, he ruled the kingdom for 24 years. Halicarnassus was his capital. After the king died, his wife Artemisia built the tomb in his memory. The mausoleum's height was 45 meters. Its base was about 40 meters by 30 meters. There was a pyramid roof. It was decorated with a lot of statues. The beauty of the mausoleum came from the life-size statues of people, lions, horses, and other animals in it. Queen Artemisia died 2 years after her husband. They put her next to her husband in the mausoleum of Halicarnassus. The tomb wasn't finished when Queen Artemisia died. They built this mausoleum around 353 BC. The structure stood strong for 16 centuries. Then, an earthquake damaged the columns and the roof. In the 15th century AD, Knights of John of Malta used its stone blocks to build a castle. And so, one of the 7 wonders of the ancient world came to an end.
Unit 7, Reading 2. The Colossus of Rome is the 6th oldest of the ancient 7 wonders. It was as tall as a 15-story building. They started to build it at the entrance of the island of Rhodes in 279 BC. It took 12 years to build this huge statue. They built it for the victory of the Rhodians against the Antagonids. There are no good records of how the Colossus of Rhodes looked, but some people say it was at the harbor's entrance and ships sailed between its legs. This is hard to believe because the engineering knowledge in those days was not enough to do this. An earthquake seriously damaged the Colossus of Rhodes in 226 BC, and it collapsed. The statue broke at its knees because the knees were its weakest part. The broken pieces stayed there for 800 years. Travelers admired the remains of the Colossus of Rhodes. The Arabs invaded Rhodes in 654 AD. They sold the remains as scrap metal. They carried the pieces to Syria on the back of 900 camels. Nothing remains of it now. The Colossus of Rhodes is the shortest-lived of the 7 wonders of the world. It only lasted 53 years.
Unit 8, Reading 1. Millions of people get the flu each year. The flu can cause fever, tiredness, headaches, muscle aches, a cough, a sore throat, and a runny or stuffy nose. It looks like a cold, but flu symptoms are usually worse. Flu can be pretty mild, but it can be very serious for older people, newborn babies, pregnant women, and people with certain illnesses such as asthma or diabetes. Flu season usually starts in the fall and goes through early spring. Flu germs spread when people with the flu cough, sneeze, or talk. You can get the flu if you touch something with flu germs on it, and then touch your eyes, mouth, or nose. The viruses that cause flu change over time. That's why you need a new vaccine each year. Getting a flu shot or nasal spray is the best way to protect yourself from the flu. Everyone 6 months and older should get the flu vaccine. Some children 8 years old and younger may need 2 doses of the vaccine. A doctor or nurse can explain which children need 2 doses. The vaccine comes in either a shot or a nasal spray. The spray is only for healthy people between 2 and 49 years old. It's also only for people who are not pregnant and who do not have an egg allergy.
Unit 8, Reading 2. Taking care of your health is very important. There are many things you can do for this. First, you should read a lot about health. The best place for health information is the internet. You can also check for books and magazine articles at your school or public library. Second, you should keep a record of your medical history. It should include illnesses, dates of operations, treatments, names of doctors, and so on. Don't forget to take the record with you to your doctor visits and show it to the doctor. Next, don't smoke or drink alcohol. If you already do, try to quit. Also, you should keep your weight at a healthy level. Finally, you should make time to do the things you enjoy and spend time with people you love. Being happy can make your body feel better. If you start to feel sick but you don't need a doctor immediately, you should make a doctor's appointment for a few days later. But if you get better before your appointment, don't forget to cancel the appointment.
Unit 9, Reading 1. A birthday party is a celebration of the anniversary of the birth of a person. Birthday parties started in the mid-19th century, but did not become popular until the mid-20th century. Today, they are a feature of many cultures. In Western cultures, birthday parties include some common rituals. The guests usually bring a gift. Party locations often have colorful balloons. The birthday cake usually has lit candles on it, and the birthday host blows them out after a birthday wish. The birthday host gets the first piece of cake. While the birthday cake is coming to the table, the guests sing the song "Happy Birthday to You" or some other birthday song. At parties for children, gift opening is an important part of the party. Children and even adults sometimes wear colorful cone-shaped party hats. Birthday parties are often larger if they celebrate someone's transition from childhood to adulthood. The North American Sweet 16 party and the Latin American Quinceañera are examples of such celebrations.
Unit 9, Reading 2. Summer brings out barbecue parties, and barbecue parties bring out bacteria. They grow in food faster in warm weather and can cause food poisoning. However, a few simple tips can protect you from it. First, you should wash your hands with soap and water for at least 20 seconds before and after handling food. Second, you must keep raw meat, poultry, and seafood in a separate cooler so their juices won't contaminate other foods. Third, you should cook food well. You had better use a food thermometer to make sure food is cooked well. This will destroy harmful bacteria. Next, you should keep hot food at 60 degrees Celsius or above until you serve it. You had better keep cooked meat hot by putting it to the side of the grill. You should keep cold food at 4 degrees Celsius or below until you serve it. Last, make a barbecue checklist and make sure you have everything ready before you leave. Your barbecue pack should contain a food thermometer, several coolers, ice, water, soap, paper towels, and plates. Unit 10, Reading 1. A television is a machine with a screen. Televisions receive broadcast signals and turn them into pictures and sound. The word television comes from the words tele, Greek for far away, and vision, seeing. Sometimes a TV can look like a box. Older TVs had large wooden frames and sat on the floor like furniture. Newer TVs are much lighter and flatter. A television can show pictures from many places. We can also use computers and mobile devices for watching television programs. At first, all televisions used an antenna. This could pick up television programs from broadcast stations. Today, there are cable TVs and satellite TVs. They can provide more programs at once than broadcast can. Video game consoles connect to most modern TVs. Some computers can also use a TV as a monitor. Until the late 20th century, television screens were cathode ray tubes. Today, flat panel displays are the usual kind. In the early 21st century, digital television transmission became more common than analog television.
Unit 10, Reading 2. Most children and adults watch television because it is easy, inexpensive, and attractive. Television can be very entertaining for children and can teach them some things. But too often, it is like a substitute for other activities. Studies show that many children watch more television than they should. According to researchers, children under 2 should never watch TV. Older children should watch fewer than 2 hours per day. But they watch much more than this. This can cause some problems. Television takes the place of physical exercise. Exercise is an important part of a healthy lifestyle, and children's bodies need exercise to grow normally. Watching television takes the place of social interaction with friends and families. As a result, children do not talk as much about their ideas and feelings. This prevents parents from learning more about their kids. Television takes the place of reading. This causes poor school performance and delays the ability to read. Finally, seeing violence on television makes children upset and causes more aggressive behavior.